Yo, it's Trivelli. I'm back, and today we are previewing the 2021 NFC Championship game. Green Bay Packers at home at Lambeau versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Brady versus Rodgers, first time in the playoffs, possibly their last matchup ever. So the stakes are high. This is a colossal matchup. We're going to preview it all. If you guys could like, comment, and subscribe, that would be great because you know what? I'm never slacking. Now let's jump into the action. So here's the deal. This NFC Championship game is a colossal matchup for multiple reasons. Obviously, Tom Brady is second all-time in passing yards. Aaron Rodgers is 11. These are top 10 all-time quarterbacks. This is what I'm trying to get at. They're both going to finish first ballot Hall of Famers. This is their first matchup in the playoffs, and the stakes are so high right now that both of these quarterbacks, I believe, are going to show up and play incredible football. So what I'm going to do right now, instead of just making this whole video about Rodgers and Brady, I'm going to tell you guys the strengths and weaknesses of both teams, in my opinion, and how this game is going to be won or lost. So I believe that, let's look at the Green Bay Packers first. I believe that Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams have the best connection in the league. Aaron Rodgers throwing for 4,300 yards, 1,375 of those are coming from Davante Adams on 149 targets. And the second target leader on the team was Marquez Valdes-Scantling with 63. That is nowhere close. So that shows you right there that Davante Adams has the best connection with Aaron Rodgers by far, and I think it's the best quarterback wide receiver connection in the entire league. Some might argue it's Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs or Mahomes and Kelsey, etc. I don't think so. I think Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams are pretty much unstoppable. Once they get into a rhythm, you cannot stop them with just a simple man-to-man or zone coverage. You're going to have to double him with a safety, and you're going to have to press up, make him work for all of those yards, but his route running is just so good. So another strength of this team is obviously Aaron Jones. Once you're trying to stop Davante Adams, you start losing your focus in the run stuff. 1,100 yards for Aaron Jones this season, 9 touchdowns. You know that he is a very, very tough back to stop. He is good at squeezing through holes. He's a very tough runner. And pretty much once, like I said, this team is not just a one-trick pony with Davante Adams. As good as they are, Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams, you know that Aaron Jones and other players like Robert Tonyan or Marquez Valdes-Scantling, if he doesn't fumble it, are going to show up in big-time moments and produce big-time plays, like 11 touchdowns for Robert Tonyan. Like I said, 9 touchdowns for Aaron Jones. If A.J. Dillon is available, they have 3 really good running backs in Jamal Williams and A.J. Dillon. You also have Aaron Jones coming out of the passing game, catching 355 yards and 2 touchdowns this season. So it's not just the one-trick pony. Although Davante Adams is by far their best offensive threat, you got to watch out for other stuff because you can get burned by this team in multiple ways, even though it's going to be snowing. Now, I think that's called frostbite, right? All right, so look, I'm from Florida. I don't know anything about being up in the snow, but I'm sure that stuff does not feel too good. So look, Tom Brady, 4,633 yards this year. 1,000 of those going to Mike Evans, but also they have Godwin, they have Gronkowski, now they have Antonio Brown, who's questionable. We're going to have to keep our eye on the injury reports, guys. It's really early in the week. It's only Monday, but Antonio Brown is questionable. A.J. Dillon is questionable, and a couple defensive players for both teams are questionable as well, but all in all, I think everybody should be good to go. So maybe Antonio Brown is actually like on the verge of not playing. He came out and he didn't play after that, but he was standing on the sideline. So, I mean, we'll definitely have to see what that injury is and then go from there. So the strength of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers offensively is going to be their all-around balanced air attack. They have 109 targets to Mike Evans, 84 targets to Godwin, 77 targets to Gronkowski, 61 targets to Antonio Brown, and 53 to Scotty Miller, and 47 to Leonard Fournette, not to mention. But so basically this team, you never know who they're going to give the ball to. They have so many weapons offensively that it's going to be tough to defend for the Green Bay Packers, who do have a good defense, but this is going to be a tough task. You have Ronald Jones and Leonard Fournette in the same backfield. You have the best quarterback of all time on one side of the ball, albeit he is in his 40s. So Mike Evans, Godwin, Gronkowski, Scotty Miller. If Antonio Brown is available, This is going to be a really tough offense to stop. But it doesn't go any better going against this defense. Devin White was a monster in the divisional round. Levante David is an incredible run stuffer. You just have great players all around. Murphy Bunting was making good plays in the last game. Ndamukong Suh, hello, Jason Pierre-Paul, Shaquille Barrett. I could go on for days. I mean, this team really does have so many incredible players that they rely on defense. So they're really good in, if I have to explain this for dummies, they're really good in run stuff. Like, you're not going to be able to just run the ball all over them. And they are able to play incredibly physical man coverage. They will take some personal fouls from time to time. They will get called on PIs and holding and stuff, but they do not allow just fluky touchdowns. I know that they gave up some big plays to Drew Brees and the Saints, but look what they also did, 3 interceptions and ended his career. So you definitely have to be careful when going against this Tampa Bay defense. When looking at both of these teams throughout a 16-game season, I think the Green Bay Packers were just a tad bit more consistent. I really like the pressure coming off the edge from Zadarius Smith and Preston Smith. I love the back end that they have with Kevin King, Darnell Savage, Jair Alexander. I'm a big fan of their defense. Adrian Amos is a great tackler as well. So as long as, like I said, pending any injuries, pending any, setbacks for either teams, I think this is going to be an incredible matchup, possibly the last one for Brady's versus Rodgers. Right now, I'm giving my slight edge to the Green Bay Packers and the 6,500 fans that they're going to allow at home, albeit it's not the biggest advantage in the world, but those guys are going to be cheering on so loud. And Tom Brady's used to the snow, so that's also not a factor. But let's see how many of these other guys on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are used to the snow. I think the best scenario for the Bucs is to try to stop Aaron Rodgers from just targeting Davante Adams at will. Make Rodgers go to a second or third read. This is what the Bucs have to do. If you're the Packers defense, focus on stopping the running game and putting pressure on Brady. When Brady gets pressured, he's one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL this season, which means that if you can get pressure on him with Zadarius Smith, Preston Smith, drop back a bunch of those other defenders into a zone, disguise zone blitzes, just not having to rush 5 or 6, but get pressure on Brady, you're in a good position to at least get one big turnover or limit the amount of explosive plays that they do have. So I think that's the best thing that both of these teams can do. This could definitely be one of those games where the quarterback that has the ball last wins the game. So clock management, tempo, not turning the ball over, those are all crucial factors in who's going to win this game. I'm giving the slight nod to Green Bay. I think this is going to be a really close game. It's going to be a really fun game, and I can't wait to watch it. I hope you guys feel the same. I'll be previewing the AFC Championship game tomorrow, so I hope you guys stick around for that, and we'll see who wins. Peace.